Tomorrow's forecast. So the market's really searching for, I think, three answers to questions right now. How are earnings going to be affected by Japan, by oil and higher input prices, and how is the consumer reacting to all this? Okay, those are the three things. We've gotten earnings from Alcoa, who I do not think is a bellwether at all, and we can tell nothing from. And we got earnings from JPM, who has no real, nothing on oil, nothing on the consumer as much, and some Japan exposure, but really nothing at all there too. And so we've had two companies go that really have not helped us answer those questions at all. Tomorrow, however, is another story. We have Fairchild Semi, we have Hasbro, we have Progressive, and we have Super Value. These are four companies that are all going to be able to answer those questions in different ways. And I think, like for example, Fairchild and Progressive, they're going to be very much tied to how are they impacted by the Japan crisis. Progressive is an insurance company, Fairchild a tech company, Hasbro and Super Value very tied to the consumer. How are higher oil prices? How are the consumer digesting inflationary pressures and the higher oil prices? We'll see how they report on those numbers tomorrow. And so you see both of these two sides. Those are, I think, key earnings to help us kind of unfold some of these questions. If those questions are answered positively tomorrow, I expect a very nice day in the market. If not, then we could be looking at another continuation downward. I do think that that there's a very, very strong support line on the SPY, on the S&P, and on the Dow, and I don't think more than a 20 to 30 or 40 point drop is really capable. If we break through those, then the market could be tanking a lot more, and we could be seeing maybe a 200 to 300 point pullback coming, and that would be very bad. So we need to hold those support lines. Also tomorrow morning, definitely going to be impacted by initial jobless claims. If those can be positive, that's always a helpful catalyst for the market. Also something to watch is the PPI tomorrow. I don't think that those numbers can be digested tomorrow until we also see the CPI. And what we want to see is we want to see the amount of difference between the CPI and the PPI stay the same, or we'd like to see PPI not increasing more than CPI. So basically what that means is if CPI let's say increases 10% and PPI increases 20%, well then that would be a pressure on margins because you have prices increasing for the producer more than the consumer's paying for those increases, and what that means is that then the producer is going to reflect those increases poorly on their margins. So you got to watch the difference between the PPI and the CPI to see those rise. And the CPI doesn't come out till Friday, so that will be a bigger impact on the Friday. That's going to wrap it up for today's Oxen Group Nightly. I hope all that was helpful for you. Please visit us at www.theoxengroup.com. Email us at contact@theoxengroup.com. Call us anytime at 1-800-709-1160, and please be a part of our 70% plus accuracy today.